Go ahead, say it now.
You in the grill pit, bitch.
One time, like this. For those who hop in and make your one nigga straight loony after taking one puff.
This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. SAF Moe.
You're in the motherfucking grill pit.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a bird.
Dope.
You're in the motherfucking grill pit.
You're in a grill pit.
You're in a motherfucking grill pit.
This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. And I'm gonna give it to you raw. Or I ain't gonna give it to you at all. On IGSTS. On GP. You feel me?
What do you got to say about SAF Moe saying white MFers?
I don't give a fuck what anybody says because it's America and you should be able to do and say what the fuck you want. God bless America. God bless America.
A man who was accepted as a god in Europe long before the birth of Christ, accepted quite a few Africans as deities. Imhotep, this great African who was the world's first multi-genius.
This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. This is SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. I want to welcome you to the grill pit. Thank you, doctor, for that introduction. I couldn't have said it any better myself. And I want to get into this reaction to this shit by Bruce Rivers, Willis, Uncle Falfa, whatever the hell his name is, because I thought it was interesting. Let's get to it. SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. You feel me?
Criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers. And today we're going to react a little bit to something going on with Young Thug and the warning he received. But before we do that, you know, we haven't posted anything for quite a while. And the reason why, what I tell you why was, I'm a board certified trial lawyer.
And I'm not. I'm SAF Moe, your prison lawyer. The difference.
And so I've been in trial. I've had 6 trials so far this year. I've won 5 out of the last 6 trials. And the last one, jury was out for 6 hours, and I started getting a little nervous, sat down, and all of a sudden they got all not guilties on 4 counts, and my client was looking at 12 years. And let me just tell you something. And I was litigating this case for 3 years. And when you have a case and you become close with your clients, if you give a shit, in which I do, and you go through, you know, I'm working 14-hour days when we're in trial, because you're in trial for, you know, the whole day, and then you go home and you have dinner or whatever, but then you pull out the file and you prepare for the next day. And so you're working sometimes 14-hour days. But they don't seem like it. It doesn't seem like, you know, because you're passionate about what you do. And there's no greater feeling on the motherfucking planet than 1 minute your client is staring the government in the face, looking at 12 years, and the next minute the government says you're free to go, and he doesn't have any hold on you. And all of a sudden he's crying with his wife, and guess what? He slept in his own...
Here's my only question is how you get that time back. You know what I'm saying? They got you locked up in this hellhole for that much time, and then you're supposed to, I guess you're happy. I don't know. I ain't never felt it, so let's roll it.
On bed last night, as opposed to a bed provided him by the government. So that's why I do what I do. I do this, this whole YouTube thing with my son Michael, who's our producer and creative genius. We do that because it's a father-son project.
Hey, maybe y'all want to get another father-son project. I know y'all ice fish and go shoot squirrels or something. I see you got a gun on your desk, so maybe shoot squirrels or whatever. Do that. Stop this YouTube shit, man. Please. Let's go.
And I'd like to get some positive messages out there and inform people. And it's, and I get a lot of great feedback, and I think we're doing some good work here too. But my absolute passion is criminal defense. And I tell you, there's just, when I'm sitting there in counsel chair and cross-examining a witness, and I'm super prepared, and I know the opposing counsel is not quite as prepared, and I just quietly devour him like a fucking barracuda. I mean,
there's not a fucking dance back in the 50s, the barracuda.
It's just really fucking fun. So it's what I do, and I really like doing it. So remember when I've told you guys, and this is going out to the young guys primarily, young guys who are in the streets or who haven't figured out their way yet. I'm telling you, BUILD, build. Build on your education, build on your financial future, build your relationships, build everything in a positive direction. The guy by the name of Wallow, I don't know who Wallow is, but
I guess it's easy to say build from a position of white meritocracy. You know what I'm saying? Where you can sit and say something like that to an individual. But, I come from the streets, before we even get into this. The reason I decided to do this reaction, you're in a grill pit, SAF Moe, the prison lawyer, gonna give it to you raw, ain't gonna give it to you at all. The reason I decided to do this is because he gives this white version of what's going on. And I think I wanted to color it up a little bit, give it a little bit of color, give it a little bit of feel, and explain to it. So when he says build, and he spells it out, my question or my thought process is that if you're coming from the streets, you're attempting to build. You build on immediacy, what's around you. You build on what you think is what's right. So the question of building is not a question of, it has not been something that people thought about. In fact, that's what they attempted to do, or what they've been given in their community, building off the drug trade, building off of selling guns, whatever it might be, building off of whatever it might be. So the thought process of building is not a new process. Building positively is something that it becomes difficult when you're around a negative environment. So it's easy said than done. That's all I have to say about that. Let's go.
It was on a podcast, $1 million worth of game, and gives a warning to Young Thug. I haven't seen this, so let's just I'll react to it as we go through it. So,
man, we did 20 years, man. Yeah, 20. I did 5 first, then I did 20. I did 5 in the juvenile system. I did 20 in the penitentiary. And I went to
20. Think of that. It's 25 years out of your life. 25 years. You can't get up to go make a sandwich.
I think the least thing, you know what I'm saying, the least important thing a person is thinking about who got 25 years is making a fucking sandwich. But just to clue you in, you can make a sandwich. It might not be a sandwich that you would want. But you can make a sandwich definitely in prison, in the joint. And it goes back to everything. If you got enough money, right? If you, what they call, you took some food from the cafeteria, which they call is, contraband or whatever they want to call it. You can make a sandwich in prison. You can eat in prison. You won't eat well, but you can definitely eat. But back to the conversation, the least thing a man is thinking about is being able to eat a sandwich while he's in prison, right? But whatever.
I mean, you laid in bed, it's midnight. I'm kind of hungry. Government says you can't get up to go make a sandwich. If you want to take a shit, you have to do it right in front of your fucking cellmate. So my point is,
yeah, and somehow in this criminal justice system, that shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying? they spend all this money, taxpayers spend all this money on prisons, and their idea is stockpile, warehouse individuals. So yeah, it's a common knowledge. It's not only you taking the shit in front of your cellie, and you're taking the shit in front of every CO that walks past your cell. Because if you're in a newer cell, whether new or old, it doesn't matter. You know, they're peeking into your cell. And for most part, you can't hang anything up to even have privacy. So the whole overseer aspect of it, the whole part of this criminal justice, and the reason why we set this platform up is to explain that this is beyond anything. They treat people, they dehumanize individuals for the purpose of punishment. That makes sense. Let's go.
Think about what you're doing today.
You really did more time in prison than you
God
ever
did
did
on
on
the earth. On the earth. That's why a lot of times when some of y'all
think about that. Think about what he just said. He's done more time in prison than he's lived out on.
Yeah, but that's a testament to most youths of color. You know, I've known several individuals who've done more time in prison than they have done on the earth. And most of them are gonna die in prison, right? So really, it's something that shocked you, like, oh, wow, whoa, you're the reason why. Your profession is the reason why a lot of these individuals are doing a lot of that time.
On the outside, he's got more prison time than he has just free time.
When some of y'all young niggas, when some of y'all young niggas,
time's never free.
In here that still be living that shit. I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass, lame ass nigga. I'm talking to y'all as a nigga that been in a prison, y'all, and see little young boy come in with his tattoos on his face, and he like, oh gee, like, what's up? You know Keisha? From where? I don't know, bro. That's your mom? Yeah. She said, could you call her? Call her. Yeah, you got to shoot her. Then I go back, young boy, let me see your paperwork. You're like, yeah, how much time? Like, what can I, when I'm going home? 2073.
Jeez.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homies go.
That is real. That's 100% real. You know, all the flexing, all the posturing, all the fronting.
It's called braggadocio. And first and foremost, let's just start with the squares. The squares he's talking about you, Mr. Bruce Willis. You know, square ass motherfuckers. You know, he's talking about that. And reason he's saying it is because, you know, in sentencing, first you get convicted and after that you have sentencing, right? Throughout that process, the defense attorney is telling you, don't worry, we lost. I'm going to push for downward departure, diversion programs. There's a lot of stuff out there, blah, blah, blah. They're never telling you about anything. So you're in your mind, you're thinking like, okay, well, you don't know what you're sentenced to. So they might be like, well, the top of the box is 86 months. But with a diversion program, with a CIP program, with all these different programs out there, you might not even see prison. So in your mind, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? It's this game they play, right? So you sitting back 30 days, 45 days waiting to go to sentencing. By the time you get to sentencing, and sentencing is so quick and smooth, right? So they go, they rehash what they said, any new stuff they hash, and then the judge pronounced sentencing. You stand up, and he started counting out these months. Blah, 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 blah. Months, not years, not days, months. You know, days would be even more difficult, but months. So most individuals probably are reading at what, a third to sixth grade level. So, and their mathematics skills aren't at that level. By the time you get sentenced and you go up to your cell and you figure out, if you decide to figure out how much is 120 months or 240 months or 360 months or 400, you know what I'm saying? When you figure that shit out, when you finally figure it out, or somebody explained it to you, or your lawyer explained it to you, you so motherfucking fucked up in the head. So yeah, young bro coming onto the yard with his paper. By the time he come to the yard, he already know he fucked, right? So it's all good.
What do you want to call it? Ain't worth shit when you're sitting in a fucking cell staring at a lot of time. And I don't want, you know, here's the thing. I love what I do. I love criminal defense. I wouldn't have it if people didn't get arrested, but I don't like people getting arrested. And I
mean, that itself is a paradox. So you don't like when people get arrested, but your profession is based on people getting arrested, and you would have no money if people didn't get arrested. So how don't you like it? The thing about it is you like, oh, well, stupid people get arrested, right? Because from his perspective is that as being a defense attorney, he's above the law, right? Or he has the finesse of being in the profession that they're gonna shit on him, but they know they can't shit on him, right? They probably don't like defense attorneys, police officers, whoever, Leo, don't like them, but they're on the same spectrum of things, right? They don't like them because if an individual pays enough money, they can get off, when the police officer might want them to go to jail, right? So it becomes less about crime and more about money. And I could arguably that's the American judicial system. This Anglo judicial system is all about money and less to do with crime. But let me get off my religious soapbox.
Present a message of build, and this is what this guy is trying to warn against. And one of the issues with the younger guys, and I guarantee I was this way when I was younger, is that they have fucking barriers to their ears. You think you know everything, and when he says, "I'm not coming at you like a square fella," what he's saying basically, I'm coming at you from the heart. You know, I've been there.
What he's saying is that he's not coming like a Bruce Willis type cat. You know what I'm saying? That ain't been there. It ain't done that. You understand? That's what he's coming at. It ain't has shit to do with heart. It's saying that I've been there, I've done that. If you should listen to anybody, why are you listening to this fool right here that has never been to prison? In fact, he's part and partial. He sends more people to prison than anything, right? Why are you listening to them when you should be listening to I Got Something to Say? GP. You know what I'm saying? The Grill Pit, SAF Moe. You should be listening to SAF Moe. Why you listening to this lame? This dude that don't know shit about shit. He ain't never been to prison. Ain't gonna never. In his mind, he's never gonna go to prison. Why you listening to him?
And that's one of the things that, you know, somebody like an OG like this, like Wallow, would resonate, you would think, giving some kind of parental advice, because don't do what I did because it ain't fun.
The bitch is gone. Ain't nobody. So when I'm on there, I'm speaking from a place of trying to get niggas some real game. Because I'm going to tell you some shit. It's lonely than a motherfucker in me. And when life goes on, your family dying. So when I'm seeing the young niggas, and
nothing could be more true. It is lonelier than a motherfucker in there.
How do you know?
I've got a client in jail right now. Right this very minute.
Mm-hmm.
Possession of firearm, possession of cocaine, crack cocaine. His sister was shot, and his mother just passed away. And what can he do about it? Not a motherfucking thing. Because he's sitting in custody.
Them niggas say, goddamn, when you give him some game, I'll be trying to lay it on it because, like, I ain't the nigga that's gonna say, here, youngin, take this pistol, take this package. I ain't gonna put you on no dummy mission. And the problem is so many niggas are scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you.
So, and really what he's saying is I'm not going to be the one to put you in that position, you know? Really
what he's saying is not that, Mr. Bruce Willis. And he breathing on a buddy, but I mean, we all said, you know, I mean, we always find youth that I feel as though that I want to stop and talk to. For the most part, it's all youth I want to sit and talk to and breathe on them and let them know the ins and outs and outs and ins, you know. At some particular time, I feel like he's attacking, bro, you know, which is, it is what it is, you know, can attack him as much as he wants. But,
who puts you in that position is the one who doesn't have your best interest in mind at all. I can't, you know, tomorrow is promised to no one. But what you do today can dictate how your tomorrow is going to be.
Yeah, but that's easier to say, again, from a position of white meritocracy, from a position of white supremacy. When you're living on the streets or you're trying to struggle to make it, and you're talking about two fellas who's sitting there who are striding to be in a position of power, and you're telling them about tomorrow. You know, tomorrow is something that's a luxury to a lot of individuals, right? My stomach, I'm hungry now. I need to eat now. I've been starving for so long, you know, and then you go into the fact that, you know, well, I'm not going to put this pistol in your hand. I ain't going to put this dope in your hand. Well, a lot of these cats are looking for the pistol and the dope, right? Because they it's about immediacy. So the conversation is missed. He's got this idyllic white conversation he's bringing to this black conversation that makes no sense. He really doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I really don't know what the fuck individuals watching for, because this is a classic example of him not knowing even what the fuck is going on. He's trying to bring some type of complexion to this conversation that makes no sense. And complexion, I mean a white complexion, right? What he understands it means, but it means totally different. In fact, it's over his head. Let's go.
Where your uncle could come at you because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. Like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets.
Now, keep in mind, he's talking to Young Thug, who's now under indictment for the very shit he's telling him to stay away from. You know, why are you doing street shit if you're making bank as a rapper?
Well, it has a lot less to do with that. It's not about making bank as a rapper. In fact, why are you playing a game? It's like to come in this industry before you could be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Before all you have to be was a rapper with lyrics. Now they put it to the point where these dudes have to be about what they talk about, right? I don't know when it happens or how it happened, but before rap was just rap, right? So what my man's saying is that it's a split. It's not a thing. It's a line. You know, there's a line drawn in the sand. There's rappers and there's street motherfuckers. If you watch my last video, I brought up the whole thing about street cred, and this cat's Bruce Willis, Alfalfa talking about street cred being related to social media likes. And like, how is that fuck is that even possible? When the word is street cred, it comes from the street. Somehow they've been trying to make street cred about likes and YouTube videos. It's never been about that. And most people who are gangsters are still gangsters. They gangsters in the streets, right? The name rings bells in the streets. You'll never know about them on a rap song because that's how they get their money, right? So this whole idea that somehow that you can make street cred or be a rapper who's in the streets is a line that they made, or an intersectionality that they made now they're paying for, that should never been made. It's always been entertainment.
You know, because it's flexing, it's credibility, it's whatever.
And one thing I want to say about snitching, it's like this conversation that Bruce Rivers is having is snitching, right? It's this understanding that they're making these rules and regulations for the benefit of imprisoning individuals who are in the entertainment industry. Okay, so him coming out saying, you guys know, is acknowledging, giving notice that this is what the system is now, right? So with that being said, the reason I say it's snitching is because what you're doing is that you're saying that by your term, you're supposed to have this social status within this community, board certified, bullshit like that. So by you coming out saying it's legal, they can do it, you're making it authentic. You're coming out, putting it out, so people either say now, okay, well, he has no objection to it, so it must be legal. They must be able to blur the lines between entertainment industry and a criminal industry and convict people based on it. Allegations, bullshit. So that's all I gotta say.
But it's so short-sighted.
SAF Moe.
Remember what kind of money I call the street money off the streets? Short money. Sure, it's good money right now, but guess what? It ain't gonna last, and you have to watch over your fucking shoulder. If you have to watch over your shoulder, whatever you gain can be taken away like that. And
dropping knowledge.
The interesting thing, this is a very recent interview, and the thing about this interview is that it's probably too late to get this advice.
But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life.
Did you hear that? That was so eloquently put. You're gonna finesse yourself out of position. I couldn't put it better myself. You're gonna finesse yourself out of position to change the rest of your life and the rest of the lives of the family that you cherish. You know, the thing about it is I don't care if you're a CEO doing insider trading or if you're a street thug who is robbing people. I mean,
so that's just the difference. Both of them are robbing people. Both of them are street thugs. Just because the dude is a corporate dude doing, legal shit doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? This the context, these adjectives being used, right? Street thug, robbing people. Motherfucker, he's doing this side of trading. It's a street thug, robbing people. Get it right, motherfucker. Get it right.
And what we do today impacts tomorrow. And guess what? Nobody's a fucking island. Nobody's an island. What you do impacts your mom, your sister, all the people in your family, your girl. So this is really a message from the heart from Wallow, and I endorse his message 100%. So I just want to impart the message and look at what's going on around the country. They're coming after you. If you're on the streets, they're coming after you.
Yeah, how the hell are they on the streets? I mean, this is what I don't get. I don't get the connection. I'm not making the connection. Maybe throughout this trial, they'll be able to show me some evidence that show me that this man is on the streets. Physically he's not on the streets, but some taping, something, other than this collaborative witness testimony that these snitches folding to give this individual some time to solidify the state's case.
After street crime. So what are you going to do about it? What are you
going to do about it?
You going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
Tell you what you're going to do about it. You're going to figure your shit out.
Okay.
You're going to get a trade. You're going to go to college. You're going to do something.
Yeah.
I was a shitty student in college.
I believe.
I got a 1.9 my first year at St. Cloud State.
I believe it. You don't have to press that issue no more. I believe it.
University.
I believe it.
But I grinded it out. I didn't like college. I didn't like college because I had no direction.
Here we go with the white meritocracy. Let's go. Let's go.
But I did graduate, switched colleges twice. So I went to 3 different colleges.
Feel you.
Graduated with a 2.74, very fucking mediocre. And then when my father got arrested for Medicare and Medicaid fraud, and I've told that on another video, that's when I decided, to go to law school. And I got a lot of direction then, and I loved it. I love it now. I'm building. I've got 2 beautiful children. I've got 3 beautiful cars. I've got a major yacht. I've got all kinds of great material things that I've built.
They're built on a back of suffering. Individuals going to prison, and the only way they can get out of prison is with a high-priced lawyer, and a high-priced lawyer is him. So, of course, keep these cases coming, because we gonna buy a motherfucking spaceship and travel off to Mars. Bitches, back of fucking criminal injustice.
But more than that, I'm not looking over my fucking shoulder, because nobody's coming after me, because everything's legit, right? And I have a career where I have a mission, where every day I wake up and I go to work. Guess what? It ain't work. This ain't work for me. It's a mission. And so when you heard Wallow talking, he is talking from the heart, because he doesn't want these guys to go through what he went through. And you can feel it in his delivery, And so I'm hoping this message gets out to somebody. You guys can...
Really?
You can always DM me on Instagram. I answer almost all of those. And, or as many as I can. Just know that I care about you guys. You guys need to care about yourselves. Care about your families and build. Build, build, build. I can't tell you how important that is. So, this has just been a little warning to Young Thug, but it was too late. This was, I think, May 2021, something like that, when that interview came out.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff that he's charged with predates that. So it's just getting him off the street. So be creative. You know, do what you got to do to make a life.
Okay, let me cut this. I got some other shit I got to get into. So the first thing I want to talk about is that I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's this white America's what. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if it's apology. I don't know if it's accepted. I don't know. I'm waiting for reparation. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this interview, but I can tell you this: just because you're an usher in hell and you're not the devil, don't mean you're without sin. So, I mean, however you want to sleep at night, you know, get on your cruise ship, lay back and relax, cars, drive, I don't know, you know, however you want to justify that shit, justify doing what you want. And I'm not mad at you, man. Go get it. You know what I'm saying? My conversation always been is that motherfuckers need to learn the criminal justice system, right? Nothing other than that. You know what I'm saying? His profession, what I got the problem with this gentleman is that he comes out and he tells you half truths, right? So I would be if I don't come out and correct him, I'm at fault, right? To sit around and let other individuals fall into the trap, a double trap, right? Gonna fall into a double trap. You're gonna try to back yourself out, end up in a double trap. Double trap is believing him. The second trap is allowing them to take your soul and send you to prison. As I end this, there's a situation. I'm sure he's not going to do a reaction to this, but there's a situation in Quincy, Illinois. Young gentleman charged with rape, 18 years old, raped a 15, 16-year-old broad. You know what I'm saying? Little girl, rapes her. All right, gets convicted of the crime. You know, justice is working. The judge who convicted him, instead of sentencing him to prison, turned his sentence into county jail time. Gentleman's last name is Clinton. 18-year-old white kid. Female's white. Judge white. Criminal justice system working. Fine. Everybody's upset. The judge gets suspended, you know, by the chief judge in this matter. And this is real shit that this motherfucker should be talking about. He's busy running around here talking about these rappers he knows shit about. It's like, you want to talk about something, talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is your criminal justice system gone awry. And if you ask me, SAF Moe, your prison lawyer, I'm not board certified. I'm SAF Moe, the prison lawyer. You understand? If I wanted to be board certified, I could be board certified. But I choose not to go down that route. Fools do what they gonna do. Like, listen, why aren't you talking about that shit? Big news. You know what I'm saying? Inside a criminal, I've never seen them. If a black individual, especially a young white female, raped, get off county jail, they'll be done seceded from this country. So, I mean, come on, man. He wants to talk about R. Kelly and his debauchery and all types of depravity and all types of bullshit, you know, and want you to listen to them, and y'all motherfuckers watching this clown, you know what I'm saying? You know, IGSTS, real fucking got bots watching it, because nobody don't get no fuck. But it's just like, I feel like Buddy, bro, on $1 million with the gang speaking to Young Thug, motherfuckers not gonna listen to the truth, you understand? They don't give a fuck. So, I mean, I'm not an individual be like, oh, y'all don't give no fuck y'all gonna do y'all time or whatever. I'm here. We ain't getting no $10 million views. You know what I'm saying? We out here just trying to make it happen on the strength that somebody's gonna listen to us, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're not in it for the money. We're in it for just providing information to the public, right? So, like I said, I'll be curious, Mr. Bruce Rivers, your motherfucking lawyer from criminal defense motherfucker from Minnesota, how you feel as though that case should go down with that young cat, Quincy, Illinois, and your partner judge. You probably know him, your partner judge, ruled that sentence. Because you're a criminal defense attorney. It actually works in your favor. You know, for him not, and what was the inner workings behind that? Judge just woke up one day, had an epiphany, gonna let this cat go. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna disbar his ass. He's a Republican, you know, whatever. But it's all good. It's SAF Moe. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You know, I be where I be. And if you want to see me, you gotta be around me. You feel me? You're in a grill pit. I'm out.